Today I'm going to show you how to create your own Dayz server. It's pretty simple. The first thing you're going to need is you're going to have to go to google.com and get WinRAR. So you basically go to WinRAR and then they find the WinRAR version for you. So for me it's a 64-bit English, and for most of you it probably will be the same. So you just click on here and you download it. Okay, after you got that, you need to go to this link. I'll link it in the description. And you need to download this file. It's the server file. It's pretty basic. Here it is right here. Don't need that anymore. So once you download this, you basically drag it to your desktop. Then you go to your computer. You go to your operating system or your hard drive that you have Steam and your Steam game saved to. Program files at x86. You go to Steam, Steam apps, sorry, Common, Arma 2. You copy all this. You put it in Arma 2 Operation Arrowhead folder, which is this one. You basically just copy and paste it in here, and then merge all the files with each other, and replace all the files with the Arma 2 ones. Then after you've done that, it's pretty simple. You take this file that you just downloaded, and you drag all these in, and you drop them, and you merge all the files. I've already have this in here, but I'll just merge them all, just so for the purpose of this video. So you move and replace every file. There would only be like a few. Yeah. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, well I already have it all pasted in here, so. Okay, then you click on server setup, and once you're here, it will ask you if you want to install it, and you just keep pressing any key to continue, and then it will ask you to edit your registry, and it will ask you to install the latest beta patch for Arma 2. And once you've done that, you can just close that. It will just all go away when you're done. Then you can go to the Bliss folder that they have. You can go to your configuration. If you open this in Notepad++, it's not all like stretched out like that, and it's easier to figure out. Now this is your server configuration file. So you can edit your host name here. This is the name people will see like when they first join, like the US 1665 or whatever. Doesn't really matter what that is. Just make sure you can find it, and your friends can find it. So this is password. This is what your server password would be. So you can make it 1, 2, 3 or just a bunch of numbers. It doesn't really matter. This is your admin password. You can make that something so you can log in as an admin, so you can ban people that have been cheating. And this is your message of the day. You can make that whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. This is the max players you want on the server. It's all basic stuff. There's stuff you don't really need to worry about. BattleEye, you can turn this to 0, and that will disable BattleEye, so you don't need it. And this is the difficulty. You can change that to veteran or whatever you want to change it to. Okay. Once you're done with that, you basically go here into Dayz server. You start it. It'll do a bunch of update things, but you just let it do its thing at first. Okay, it'll start Arma 2 Operation Arrowhead. It won't launch unless you have the latest beta patch, so you got to make sure you have that. So you just let it start up. Now while it's doing this, you can go to your Dayz Commander or 6 launcher, whatever you prefer. Doesn't really matter. And you can launch your Dayz. Okay, host identity created. Your server is just created. So now people can see it, and it's in the briefing mode or it's in the creating mode, one or the other. Doesn't really matter. This is basically like a little log of what people say on the server. And when people log on, nothing really else. Okay, I'm starting up the game right now. This is extremely simple on how you can create your server, so you and your friends can play around and do whatever you want. So if you're hosting it on the same computer and you're playing it off the same computer, you basically can just go to LAN, and it'll be right there because it's a LAN server. I actually forgot what my password was because I put in a bunch of stuff. Okay, and now that you have it all up, you can now click on the multiplayer menu, and if you go to address LAN, it should pop up your server if you're hosting it on the same computer. If you're not, then you're probably going to have to search it in the global, like the actual server listing. But once you're here, you click join, you click play, you just let it all load. The server has to read the mission file, and you do too. That's what loading bar is. I'll pause this until we get past this part. Okay, I kind of missed this, but after a while, after it starts loading, after it reads the map, this will pop up. And this is basically just a console that says everything that's going on. It just shows the spawn of all other cars. It's a helicopter. You don't really need to look at that unless you want to go to the logs and see if anyone has any hacked weapons. But I'll show you how to do that in a bit. Oh, okay. You click continue. It should start right up. Just give it a minute. Okay. Oop. There we go. That's kind of laggy at first, but I don't know why there's a backpack, because that's some kind of glitch. Okay, now it's just updating your battle lie if this was if you need to. Okay, there's a few things you can do though if you're the admin. If you do hashtag login and then your admin password, you can log in as the admin. And if you do hashtag kick player name, I'll put all these commands in the description if you want to look at them. You can kick someone from your server, but if you do hashtag execute ban name, you can ban someone from their name, with their name, or their client ID, which I'll show you how to get in a minute. But this is basically it. It's an actual Dayz server. Your friends will be able to play on it, and there's vehicles and everything. Now, if you want, okay, whoops, sorry. Now we go back here. We can check out some of the logs. Okay, after you first start the server, it'll create this file called hive.ext. This is basically the logs of everything. And if you want to find someone with a hacked weapon, then it's pretty simple. You basically just search the logs, and if someone has a TWS AS50 or something, you can search it. There's no AS50, that's TWS. So you're good. No thermal AS50s in your server. It's all good. No one's hacking, getting AS50s that are thermal. Now, to enable Sidechat, this is the more complicated thing. You're going to have to install this thing called PBO Manager, or I'll show you in a second. So you basically go back to your Arma 2 directory. Okay. You go to MP missions, dayz.chernarus. This is the MP mission file. You basically open it with PBO Manager. I'll link it in the description on how to get it. So this is it. You open this. You drag out description.txt. This is the file you want to edit to get Sidechat. These are just the disabled channels. If you remove all these, it'll enable every channel. One of those is Sidechat. I'm not quite sure off the top of my head, but it doesn't really matter. Now, you basically just take the edited description.ext where you edited the channels. You can also edit some other things in there, but you can figure that out for yourself. And you paste the file in. It'll override the normal description.ext, and you're good. You can delete this. You don't need it anymore. And now Sidechat and all the error chats you enabled are enabled on your server. So that should really help you out if you want to try figuring out how to do a Dayz server.